Hi S7. In this video we're going to learn about the order of operations in mathematics. Now the order of operations tells us in which order we do mathematical operations in. What are mathematical operations? I'm talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You see, in mathematics there is an agreed order in which we do those, and that's what we're going to be learning about today. Now, there's a helpful acronym or mnemonic that helps us remember the order, and it's called BIDMAS. B stands for brackets, I stands for indices, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S for subtraction. And the order goes from left to right, meaning we do brackets first and subtraction last. And so let's have a look at the first example here. The first example says 7 minus bracket 8 minus 5. And so there are brackets there, which means we do those first. So 7 minus 8 minus 5, well, we actually need to do the 8 minus 5 first. And so it becomes 7 minus 3. And 7 minus 3 is simply just 4. Right? There's nothing else left. There's only one subtraction, so we just do the subtraction. In example 2, we have 2 plus 3 times 4. Now you notice there's no brackets, and there's no indices, but there is multiplication. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the multiplication first, before the addition. And so what we get here is we get 2 plus 12. And while 2 plus 12, there's only one addition left, that's just 14. Now it's important to remember that BIDMAS actually doesn't really tell us the order specifically. Instead, what I need to let you know is that division and multiplication, well, they're actually the same priority. Addition and subtraction are also in a group together. And so when we have a question that has both multiplication and division, BIDMAS tells us to do division first. But actually, if you have multiplication and division, we don't do division first. We move from left to right instead. So let's have a look at example 3. We have 9 times bracket 3 minus 1 divided by 3. Now there's brackets there, right? BIDMAS, which means we do the brackets first. And so what we get here is 9 times 2 divided by 3. Well, now, BIDMAS would tell us to do division first, right? D comes first. However, since there's also multiplication there, D and M, well, they have the same priority, okay? And if we have two operations that have the same priority, well, we actually evaluate, or we do the question from left to right. And so, in this case, we go 9 times 2, which is 18. And then we divide that by 3, and 18 divided by 3, well, that's 6, okay? And so you see that division and multiplication are together, and addition and subtraction are together. And if you see both of them in the same question, we only just go from left to right. Now, what happens if you have multiple brackets? Now, sometimes you'll see brackets inside brackets. And in questions like this, you'll need to do the inside brackets first before you do the outside brackets. And so here we see we have actually brackets inside. And so we see a 5 plus 7 there. And so what we're going to do is we are going to do 5 plus 7 first. And 5 plus 7, well, that's 12. So we've got 2 times 12 divided by 3, subtract 2. Now, feel free to pause the video at any time so that you can copy this down, but I'll keep going. Now we notice that inside the square bracket, because remember BIDMAS, we got to do all our brackets first, we see subtraction, and then we see multiplication, and then we see division. Well, subtraction comes last, okay? So we're going to forget about the subtraction. Let's do multiplication and division from left to right. And so what we have here is we have 18 minus, well, 2 times 12, that's 24. And 24 divided by 3, well, that's 8. And so really we have 18 minus 8. And now, well, we still haven't done the brackets yet. And so now we go 18 minus 8, and that's 10. So now we have multiplication and subtraction. And guess what? We do the multiplication first. And so what we end up with is 30 minus 2, and so that means the final answer is 28. Okay. As again, feel free to pause the video here if you'd like to copy this down. And if you find any part of this confusing, don't worry, we'll practice more problems like this in our next lesson. Now, sometimes you might also come across worded problems. And this is where we need to figure out the key words and understand what they mean. So let's read this question together. It says, find the difference between 92 and 59. Triple this result and subtract the quotient of 35 and 7. Well, let's start with finding the difference. The difference simply means to subtract. And so we're going to subtract 59 from 92. And if you do some quick mental maths, you will find that the answer here is 33. Now we're going to triple this result, so we multiply 33 by 3, and this gives us 99. And then we're going to subtract from 99 the quotient of 35 and 7. The quotient means to divide 35 by 7. So 35 divided by 7, well, that's times tables, right? That's 5. And so we're going to take 99 and we're going to subtract 5. And this gives us 94. And so our answer is 94, right? Now, after we finish these examples, on Canvas, you will find these exercises. Now, it's very important that we complete all of these for homework, and so it will be due on Thursday. Thank you, Year 7. Bye.